Mm-hmm.
All right. And we are live. Welcome everyone tuning in tonight. My name is Justin Hammond. I'm the Recruitment Assistant Director for the College of Health and Human Sciences. Joining me tonight, we have two nursing student ambassadors. So I'll go ahead and let you guys introduce yourself.
My name is Christina. I'm a junior in nursing and I'm from Westmont, Illinois.
My name is Samantha. I'm a sophomore in nursing and I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
All right. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. I will be monitoring the chat throughout the night. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free.
Live.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I didn't turn off my volume there. So sorry for the feedback. If you do have any questions throughout the stream, go ahead and type those into the chat and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go along. If I don't answer your questions on stream tonight, I'll stick around for a few minutes at the end to answer those questions as well. We also have a short video from our academic advisors within nursing. They wanted to introduce themselves too, but they couldn't join us tonight. So I'll go ahead and play their quick recording and then we'll be right back.
Welcome to the School of Nursing within the College of Health and Human Sciences. We are the nursing advising team and want to let you know a little bit about us and what you can expect from your academic advisor. When you come for STAR, you'll be assigned an academic advisor. We will meet with you during STAR and then at least once each semester until you graduate. My name is Laura Curry. I'm from Michigan originally. I came to Purdue initially in fall of 1979 for my undergraduate degree in psychology and loved it so much I never left. I earned my master's degree in college student personnel and joined the nursing advising team in 2001.
Welcome to the School of Nursing family. My name is Rosie Rickey and I'm excited to form a partnership with you during your Purdue journey. I grew up in LaSalle, Illinois, but West Lafayette is home as I have been here for 39 years. I know that's probably twice as long as you've been alive. I'm delighted to have you in the School of Nursing, and I can't wait to see you at STAR and for the school year to begin. If you have any questions prior to your arrival on campus, please feel free to contact any of the advisors in nursing.
Hello, I'm Lisa Jackman. I'm an academic advisor in nursing as well, and I look forward to working with you. My home is near Crawfordsville, Indiana, and I am a Purdue graduate of dietetics and movement sports science. And Purdue is like home away from home for me. I love Purdue and I've worked in lots of different positions at Purdue along the years, including sports dietetics and academic advising for about 10 years. So welcome.
Hi, my name is Susan Kaufman and I am the Secretary for the Student Services Department in the School of Nursing. I've been in this department and at the university for 34 years. I was born and raised not far from campus. What I do here is I'm the person that will help you make sure that all your paperwork is uploaded so you can go to clinicals. I am the one who will help you navigate Castle Branch where that information needs to be uploaded. I'm also the person who will help you when you are ready to graduate fill out your state board paperwork so that you can practice as a registered nurse. I am located in the Johnson Hall of Nursing, room 109, so if you get a chance, stop by, ask questions, say hello, grab a piece of candy. I can't wait to get to know you. We are so happy you've decided to join our family. Welcome.
One of our main jobs as advisors is to help you transition from your high school experience to Purdue. During your time at Purdue, we will work together to help you reach your personal, professional, and academic goals.
You will also get an email from us before STAR with a lot of information, so be watching for that email to arrive sometime in early June.
From all of us, congratulations on your acceptance into Purdue Nursing. We look forward to working with you for STAR in the very near future. Please do not hesitate to call or email us if you have any questions. You can call our general line at area code 765-494-4042. Again, that's area code 765-494-4042 and ask for any of us, or email nursing@purdue.edu. Boiler up and hail Purdue.
Let's see. And we're back. Yep, you guys should be able to hear me now. So that was our academic advisors within nursing. They're really a fantastic bunch. Real quick though, what advisors did you guys have?
My advisor is Laura Curry.
And my advisor is Rosie.
And they're awesome, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they really are. Our nursing academic advisors are a great help to our students. All right, let's go to our first question for the night. What are nursing classes like?
I feel like your freshman year is a lot of like getting to know like anatomy and chemistry, like broad topics, more like electives, and that's the time you could really do like minors. A lot of people do freshman year, and then starting your sophomore year, you get more nursing focused. Each one of your classes will correlate to a clinical, so you'll learn about it in class and then get to do that clinical too. So I think that's always helpful because you're putting it in practice after you learn it in class.
Yeah, to go off that, just the freshman year is just the general courses that everyone has to take. So you'll see a lot of majors in the biology and the chemistry classes. But then once you get into your nursing classes, a majority of the time, the nursing students just take that and then like a minor class, and then you're mainly focused with your nursing students.
So you mentioned clinicals. Can you explain a little bit what are clinicals?
So a clinical is basically, it's usually 8 hours, and then junior year you have options of 10-hour clinicals. But you'll go to the hospital and you'll have a professor and a senior scholar with you, and you basically just work alongside the nurses and get to like practice in different fields. So right now I'm in a med surg clinical and an OB clinical, so I'm getting to learn like what I learned in class in the actual clinical, which is super helpful. And then we also have like non-traditional clinicals where you work one-on-one with a nurse instead of your professor, so it's more like actual applicable to what the field will be like after graduation.
Yeah, and then for the sophomore year clinicals, you go to a long, basically a nursing home, and you basically learn how to interact with patients and how to do the fundamental nursing, so just the head to toe evaluation or assessment, and just figuring out how to communicate with patients and how to take care of them at the basic level.
All right. So what are class sizes like then? So for your regular like nursing courses, what's the biggest class you've had? What's the smallest class you've had? And then also for your clinicals, how big are those?
I feel like your clinicals are usually 8 people at most. And then nursing classes, I think right now my junior year nursing classes are probably about maybe like 75 people in the class. And then your freshman year classes are the ones that will be like pretty big, because that will be like core curriculum. So you'll have a lot of other majors in those classes. So those are like those big lecture halls is what those classes will be.
Yeah, and with the freshman classes, I am a TA for Biology 203, which is Anatomy and Physiology, and 204 currently. And those lecture sizes, there's 2 lectures. Each lecture there's about 400 students in there, but then once you get to the sophomore level course, we have about 80 students in each class. And then my clinical size right now are 7 people.
All right. We do have a question about learning communities. So were either of you a member of the Nursing Nexus learning community in specific? And if not, do you know anyone who was?
So I wasn't, but
I wasn't, but a few of my really good friends are in the learning community currently, and they have a great experience. They say it's really easy to find study buddies because you are in close living proximities to other nursing students. And so the learning community right now is in Wiley, and they just say it's a great way to meet the nursing students even freshman year, as there is one nursing class in the freshman year level, but rather than that, you don't really have those nursing connections unless you're involved in organizations. So they say it's a great way to meet other nursing students and create those bonds.
Yep, and they do have connected courses as well. So they're in the same section of that nursing course, as well as the same biology lab. So even though you have the big lecture for biology, it breaks down into smaller sections, and those labs are usually capped at, I think, either 20 or 24 students. Yeah. So the Nursing Nexus will be in that lab as well. We do have another question going back to clinicals. Is it a problem to get to clinicals if you do not have a car on campus?
In my level, it is not, because you do have those, the first week you meet your clinical group, and right away a whole bunch of people offer, they're like, if you don't have a ride, let me know and we'll pick you up on the way there, and then they'll obviously drop you off on the way back. And so at my level, it is not a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I know all of my clinicals, we've all made group chats, and we all make sure that if one person has a car, like I usually make sure that everyone else has a ride. So if you don't have a car, there's always someone that like will make sure you get to your clinical.
I will be devil's advocate. So if you ask the nursing academic advisors, they
Yeah.
will say
Yeah.
they do recommend that you have a car on campus just because, what if someone gets sick? What if something happens? You don't want to miss your clinicals because of that. So at least starting your sophomore year, we do recommend that students have a car on campus.
And they usually say like junior years whenever it becomes like the most when it becomes problematic, because if I'm going to watch a surgery that day and I have to be there earlier, if I'm taking someone, then they're going to have to either go earlier or they're going to have to find a different ride.
Yeah, I agree, especially because like one day you go to the Riley NICU and that's only one student at a time, so you'll have to figure out how you'll get there with just yourself. So junior year, I think it is a little bit more important than the other years.
Right. And then also in regards to clinicals, are all the sophomore and junior clinicals in the West Lafayette area? And do most nursing students go to Indy one day a week their senior year for clinicals?
So sophomore year, all your clinicals will be in the West Lafayette area. Junior year, you'll have clinicals in either Indy or Lafayette, but when you schedule, there is like some say in it, so you can pick like if you want your clinicals in Indy or if you want them here. Usually majority of clinicals are in Indy though, so a lot of times like you can try to schedule them here. I am lucky enough to have mine both here, but some people do have to go to Indy. And then senior year, it all just depends on like how you schedule it. They're not like guaranteed that they're once a week in Indy or like all here. It's kind of just like how you make your schedule.
Yeah, and to go off that, next year I'm going to be in a clinical site in Indy, so I'll have a 10-hour clinical at Eskenazi, so I'll have to travel down there once a week, and basically.
All right. So that's a lot on clinicals. Switching topics a little bit. Student organizations. So we know nursing students, you have the reputation of being pretty busy. Is it possible to be a part of other student organizations?
I definitely think so. Like I'm in ambassadors and I'm in a sorority, so I definitely have enough time to do things that make me happy along with study and get good grades and not have to worry about not having time for other things besides school.
And to go off that, I'm in an organization called Purdue University Dance Marathon. It's really easy to fit that into my schedule because they usually meet once or twice a week, and it's a great way to communicate with those outside of your nursing majors. And so it's a great way to connect with other students on campus.
Mm-hmm. What about doing undergraduate research? That's a lot of things that these students now, they might not be considering research, but Purdue is like advertising that a lot. Is it possible to do undergraduate research and be a nursing student?
Yeah, so I actually had some experience with undergraduate research. I did it for a year. And instead, there are options to do undergraduate research within the nursing faculty and community, but I chose to do research in HDFS, which is known as Human Development and Family Studies. It's a major and you can get it as a minor, and my research basically involved with the connection between the child who is 4 or under and their parent. So we would do home visits with, at one point, the child and the mother, and then another home visit with the child and the father. And then we would also do the same thing at parks, and then we would actually bring them into our lab here on campus, and we would basically put them in a stimulated environment and have the child experience one, like, for example, we did card readings, or we had signs and we were like, if you see the sun, then you have to say a certain word, and we would see that relationship between the parents and the child and how that would correlate to their possible like education level and the connection.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
We have another question. How has being in a direct admit program helped? And before attending Purdue, did you consider other universities that did not have a direct admit program?
So I definitely did consider other universities that weren't direct admit, and then I ended up choosing Purdue that was a direct admit just because I wanted to not have to worry about my end of freshman year applying to a nursing program and not getting in, and then worrying about, am I doing an extra year of college or do I have to transfer schools? So that was something that I wanted to make sure I had like the peace of mind of knowing that I'm already in this program and don't have to worry about applying for something else.
Yeah, and going off that, it's really not relaxing your first year, but you know that those other nursing students, they're actually like your teammates instead of your
Competitors.
Yeah, competitors, and getting into a certain amount of nursing spots. And of course, there is that general that you have to keep a certain GPA in order to stay within the nursing program. But whenever you know that all the other nursing students, you're not competing against them and you're not challenging one another to see who's better, it's really nice to like have that teamwork.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard from you guys before is, you know, it's a much more family environment versus a lot of those other institutions. Like, it can be pretty cutthroat that first year since you are all competing together. I mean, especially with the learning community as well. I hear you guys, you continue living together for 4 years, you're best friends. So I think at least the nursing program here at Purdue has a much nicer feel, and part of that is in due effect because of the direct admit program. All right, we have time for 1 or 2 more questions right here. So, study abroad. A lot of nursing students think that they can't do study abroad because it's such a busy plan of study. Can you do study abroad with the nursing program?
Not really during the semesters, but a lot of my friends have gone over the summer and on winter break and spring break, and they absolutely love it. And the summer one, you actually get some of your core curriculum classes done. Like, you can take your psych class out in, I think it's Italy, and a lot of kids do that. So it's a fun way to like take a break from nursing for a little and do your fun study abroad trip, which is definitely possible.
Yeah, and to go off that, a lot of my friends have actually done a spring break or the week right after school gets out in May. They go and they help out with a water system in a island, but also one of my best friends is actually going to Italy in Florence to finish her HDFS, Human Development Family Science minor this summer with working with women's studies. So it's a great opportunity, and I would highly recommend doing it while you're in college.
All right. Last question now. How accessible are your professors?
I'm able to get a hold of my professors like really easily, especially my clinical professors. They give us all their cell phone numbers, so like if there is something like that you really need like help with, like if it's not just something that you could wait a day to get an email back, because a lot of them do like work outside of their teaching jobs in hospitals. So they do give you your cell phone number. So there's been many times I've been able to like reach out to a teacher and like talk to her about something, and not have to wait for her email response back. So I know my professors are very accessible.
And even away from the clinical instructors, my lecture instructors, they've actually given us their personal cell phone numbers, and they say to try to avoid calling them the night before the exam, freaking out. But they said if you have any questions over the weekend, even just giving us a call or even just texting us, they always say make sure you identify yourselves. But just, they're very personal, and even office hours, you're just able to email them and be like, I'm having trouble with this class. Is there any way that we're able to meet? And they're very kind, and they always are welcoming.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We are out of time now. So once again, I'm going to stick around and answer some of these questions, but some of them definitely sound like questions for you guys. So since you are nursing ambassadors, I'm going to pass them off to you, and I'll give you guys that are watching right now their emails, and you can email those questions directly to them, and they'd be happy to answer those questions. I know I just signed them up for a little bit more work. All right, so thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you again, student ambassadors, for coming out. I hope you all have a great night, and boiler up.